A long time ago, in an old village surrounded by mountains and forests, there lived a man named Sohail. He was a kind-hearted, gentle, and hard-working man. His wife had passed away long ago, and he had only one daughter, Rida. Rida was 12 years old, innocent, quiet, and very obedient. Sohail married again so that Rida could have a mother's support. The new wife's name was Sabiha. For the first few weeks, Sabiha presented herself as a kind and caring woman, but as soon as she became strong in the household, her true face began to show. She had a strange dislike for Rida. She often said, "You look exactly like your late mother. I don't know why I cannot tolerate you." Rida stayed silent. She never argued. Her voice was always soft, and her eyes always carried a hint of tears. Sohail worked all day outside, and during that time, Rida suffered harsh treatment at home. Less food, more chores, constant scolding, and sometimes Sabiha even raised her hand on her point. One day Sohail decided to work at a new market being built near the forest. He left early in the morning and returned late at night. This gave Sabiha even more chances to mistreat Rida. One morning, she handed Rida a broom and said, "Go inside the forest, cut wood, and do not come back until evening. And remember, do not return empty-handed, or else." She threw a piece of burnt wood on the ground, as if hinting at the consequences. Rida nodded softly and walked toward the forest. The forest was very deep. Sunlight fell on the ground in scattered patterns through the branches. The sound of Rida's footsteps, birds chirping, and the rustling of leaves created a strange kind of music. But fear filled her heart. She wondered what would happen if she could not find any wood. She was collecting wood when suddenly she heard a faint hiss. She turned around and saw a white snake lying under a bush in an injured state. There was a deep wound on its body, and its breathing was very fast. For a moment, Rida felt scared, but the next moment, pity filled her heart. She slowly stepped forward and said gently, "Do not be afraid. I will not harm you." There was such truth in her voice that the fear in the white snake's eyes began to fade. Rida picked some herbs near the bushes, cleaned the wound, and made a paste to apply on the snake's injury. The snake hissed in pain but endured it. After some time, its breathing began to calm. It slowly lifted its head for the first time and spoke. Yes, it spoke. "Oh, little girl, you have saved my life." Rida stepped back in shock. "You can talk? I am not an ordinary snake. I am the last guardian of the white snake's lineage. I always return kindness with kindness." Rida's face showed surprise, fear, and hope all at once. "I only helped you. I do not need anything in return." The snake smiled and said, "This is the most precious thing about people with pure hearts." It slowly rose from its place and said, "Follow me." Rida followed it deeper into the forest. There was a very old tree whose bark seemed to shine. The white snake struck the ground with its tail, and the trunk of the tree opened. A golden light spread from inside. "This is not my treasure. It is sustenance for those whose hearts are pure," said the snake. Inside the tree was a glowing branch full of fruit. The fruits were bright, fragrant, and juicy. "Eat only one bite." Rida picked a fruit. As soon as its juice touched her tongue, she felt a strange strength inside her. Fear and sorrow began to fade from her heart. Her eyes started to shine. The snake said, "Now go home. Your life is about to change." Rida thanked him sincerely, picked up her bundle of wood, and walked home. That by evening, Sabiha was standing at the door, angrily tapping her foot. "You finally returned. Thank God you are alive." But as soon as Rida came closer, Sabiha froze for a moment. There was a strange glow on Rida's face, as if light was shining from within her. "What is this? Your face has changed," Sabiha said mockingly, but jealousy filled her heart. From the next day, strange things started happening at home. Wherever Rida stepped, fragrance spread. Water she touched became cool and healing. Wherever she prayed, blessings came quickly. All this was the magic of the fruit from the white snake. When Sohail came home, he also noticed the change in his daughter. "My child, why does your face look so happy?" Rida told him everything. Sohail hugged her tightly. "God is truly watching the purity of your heart." But Sabiha's jealousy burned like hot coal inside her. If she ate the fruit, then why shouldn't I? I will also become beautiful, powerful, and wealthy. The next morning, she secretly went into the forest. She reached the same place where the white snake was. "Give me that fruit," she demanded arrogantly. The white snake was still there. It looked at Sabiha and said, "If you had come with a pure heart, you would have received it." Sabiha shouted, "I command you, give me that fruit." The white snake said, "The gift given in return for kindness is never given to the greedy." In anger, Sabiha picked up a stick and struck at the snake. The first strike missed. The second strike missed. On the third strike, the tree trunk suddenly closed by itself and a bright light burst out. The stick fell from Sabiha's hand and she tumbled backward onto the ground. "This is not punishment, only a warning," the snake's powerful voice echoed. Sabiha fainted. When she woke up, Sohail and Rida were sitting beside her. Rida wiped her forehead, gave her water, and gently asked, "Are you all right?" Sabiha was shocked. "I mistreated you, and you are caring for me?" Rida softly said, "When the heart is clean, the faults of others fade like mist." Tears flowed from Sabiha's eyes. For the first time, she realized that true beauty lies within the heart, not in power or appearance. From that day, she changed. She began to love Rida, care for her, and they lived like mother and daughter. Sohail's home finally became the peaceful place he had always dreamed of, and the white snake. He would watch them from behind a distant mountain and smile, because a pure-hearted girl had saved his life, and he, in return, had changed the life of an entire family.